Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. First and foremost, please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be locked in when we start our content for the 2025 NFL season and the Colorado Buffaloes. I do cover them also. I'll be recapping multiple teams. I have my teams, and if they're your team, you'll enjoy my short recaps. I won't be posting lengthy videos. I know for myself, maybe I have a touch of ADD. I don't like long videos. But you will get a thorough recap of each of the teams that I cover. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get this thing popping for the next season. Well, I just wanted to come on while I'm doing my daily 4-mile walk and talk about training camp. It's underway. I'm watching the Cleveland Browns right now. So their rookies and quarterbacks reported yesterday. I'll also be watching the Carolina Panthers. That's actually my team. I'll be keeping an eye on their training camp, which I don't think started yet. I haven't heard it, and I've been seeing Jimmy Horn Jr. around, so he ain't in training camp. I need to check and see when it starts. But I do know that on the 2nd of August, I will be attending training camp. It's like a fan event where we're allowed to watch them, whereas normally we can't because of construction that is going on at the training facility. Training camp is open. It's closed to the public this season and next season. So they have 1 day of training camp that we'll be able to attend. So I'm doing that on the 2nd. And then on the 8th, I'll be attending the Panthers-Browns preseason game. So we'll get to see what we're working with. Or I'll get to see what they're working with the Jimmy Horn Jr. and Shedeur. I'm going to see you, Auntie, so I'm very invested in them. And we'll be watching them closely, monitoring their stats. They'll be some of the ones whose stats are getting monitored. And I do believe that Shedeur is going to take that QB1 spot. He's already been outperforming the other quarterbacks by a large margin in rookie minicamp, OTAs, and mandatory minicamp. Not only did he have significantly a higher percentage of completions than the other quarterback candidates, he also had the most touchdowns despite having less reps, significantly less reps than Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. And so he's been outperforming them by a large margin already. I only expect that to increase when he's playing with the first team offense. It would have to be better. And if it's not better, then some of those backups, wide receivers that he was working with might need to be moving up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But I have no reason to believe that Shedeur's performance is not going to improve over what we've seen already. And he will take that job, depending on how Cleveland handles it, because they are notorious for making terrible decisions. Passing up Travis Hunter. I'm always mentioning that because they deserve to be roasted for that forever. Passing on Travis Hunter was a horrible decision. Drafting 2 quarterbacks was a horrible decision. I don't know, the fix was in on Shedeur, so they couldn't take him earlier. I understand that. But drafting 2 quarterbacks, drafting one in the 3rd round, I guess, just so he could be ahead of Shedeur. I don't know what that fix entailed, but I think that's all a part of it. Was that let's get another quarterback, and even though he's the lesser quarterback, let's draft him higher than he should be, just so we can stick it to Shedeur and make him have to work from the QB4 position in this competition. Well, he already chopped that down. And I know people say that Joe Flacco didn't get reps because they already know what he has. What does that mean? So, because a 40-year-old, you know what he had 2 years ago, because last year he wasn't good. So I assume you're going on 2 years ago, where he was good for about 5 minutes and allegedly took y'all to the playoffs all by himself. People are saying because of that, he wasn't getting reps. To me, I think he wasn't getting reps because they don't take him seriously. But I could definitely be wrong, because if they didn't take him seriously, they should have cut him by now. Why is he not cut? All right, come on. Why is he still there? So maybe, I don't know, but the not getting reps thing was strange to me for Joe Flacco. But he got the least number of reps. And with the reps that he did get, his completion percentage was slightly higher than Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. They were in like the 55. Good morning. They were in the 55% range, and Flacco was more like 60. Shedeur was 77% completion. So he's outperforming them. I expect him to continue to do that. So we'll see if Kevin Stefanski will go by who's actually the best quarterback and start him from game one. Not this silly, let's start a veteran just because he's a veteran and our schedule is hard. So against the hard teams, let's not start our best quarterback. Let's start a veteran because he's a veteran. Let's start a veteran that doesn't win because he's a veteran. I just don't see that, guys. But they make bad decisions over and over and over again. So they might do that. Start a veteran who is not a winner just because he's a veteran and not start their best quarterback. Coach Prime is coming to training camp for Shedeur and Shiloh. Now, Shiloh said he got an agent, and I don't know if that's true or not. Yes, it is, because an agency announced that they signed him. That's right, it's true. But Shedeur, as far as I know, well, no agency has claimed him, so that means Coach Prime is still his agent. And so Coach Prime can advocate for his client to be QB1 on day one. So we'll see how that goes. That's what I expect. Shedeur, QB1, day one, based on the fact that he has already significantly outperformed the other quarterbacks, and I expect him to continue to do so. And I expect him to get reps with the ones immediately in training camp. Immediately, day one. Because he didn't get them last time to our knowledge. And he needs them to get ready for the season. So, one thing they can't do, now they can't hide it from us anymore. On the 25th, which is next Friday, the media will be allowed in training camp. Now, that gives them some time. That gives them plenty of time to me to evaluate these quarterbacks a little bit more with the pads on and cut one. It should be Kenny Pickett that they cut, because he performed the worst throughout. Up to this point, he has had the worst performance out of all the quarterback candidates. So it should be Kenny Pickett that is, traded away. But it could also be Flacco, because Flacco is giving you nothing. He's 40. He doesn't win. He's not going to win. he's not getting better. He hasn't improved in 2 years. He's getting worse. So it could be Flacco that gets cut. That's what to me, I don't know. Can you cut people during training camp? I don't know. But if you can, Flacco needs to be cut or Pickett. And then develop these rookies. Let Shedeur, if Shedeur keeps outperforming in these days, you're going to have the 22nd, 23rd. Oh, they can only practice 3 days a week. Isn't that what they say? And the media is coming the 25th, which is Friday. So that's one of those days. So they got 2 other days that the guys can be practicing and be evaluated so that by the time the media gets there, the guy that's the front runner that's been performing the best should be taking, to me, all of the reps with the ones. But that's making a decision. And they seem scared to do that, always. They are very indecisive at quarterback, and they don't develop them. If you are not Tom Brady, if you're not Super Bowl level Tom Brady from day one, they put another quarterback in. They don't give you time. They don't let you learn or develop. They just put another quarterback in. So what I would love to see them do this year is whoever earns it. Now, I want it to be Shedeur, but if he doesn't earn it, he doesn't earn it. Look, it's quantifiable. You'll be able to tell who's earning it. And if he earns it, let him be QB1 from day one. Let him go through his knocks. Don't nobody care how brutal his schedule is. Who cares? It's just another team. You got to play these teams. Every year you're going to play teams that are playoff teams. And let them do that. Let them go through that. Go through the gauntlet. And learn the whole season. See how he does. And really, like my Panthers, I don't love Bryce Young. I'm not a fan of small quarterbacks. Although I advocate for Dylan Gabriel's QB2. For QB1, I'm not really a fan of small quarterbacks. So I don't love Bryce Young. He has not performed well. The team thinks he's in an upward trajectory based on his performance in the latter part of the last season, but he still wasn't winning. To me, that's what I gauge. Winning. If you don't win, then you ain't there. And to me, he's not there. But they gave him a lot of weapons. And if he started improving and maybe his mindset improved, maybe he's over a mental hurdle, maybe there's something that, can come of that. But if not, 3 seasons was plenty to evaluate if he's their franchise quarterback. Cleveland should consider doing that. I know it's tough sticking with a quarterback that isn't great right out the bat. But, hey, the Chicago Bears having to do it twice. They hung in there with Justin Fields for, 3 seasons? I think they hung in there with Justin for 3 seasons. And he didn't pan out. And I believe that you don't have to wait forever. If after 3 seasons you don't have it, okay, you can cut ties with them. You did it fairly. And now they're going through the same thing with Caleb Williams, another one who I didn't think had the mindset for the NFL. All that crying he was doing made me feel like he doesn't have it mentally. But we'll see if he gets better. But at least the Bears are giving him an opportunity to get better. So hopefully Cleveland will do that. And if they think that there's another quarterback next year, because that's what they always think, that whose talents they won't waste or throw him away as soon as he doesn't become a Super Bowl winning quarterback in his first season, we'll see. We'll see what they do. But I expect Shedeur to be QB1. I don't expect him to be protected from those teams that they're playing in the first few weeks, one of which I think is winnable. I think they're all winnable. They aren't very deep at wide receiver, but that's okay because whoever they have as wide receiver, Shedeur can find them. He can get the ball to him. So they do need to, it would be good if they improved at wide receiver, but Shedeur can get the ball to undrafted free agents. So he's good with that. I know that everybody wants to do the running game. And they got Quinshawn for that. And they traded away Nick Chubbs. But from what I heard, Nick Chubbs wasn't all that. Like the Cleveland fans, he was a sentimental favorite. But he wasn't performing well. So I don't have a problem with them, sending him on. And hopefully he'll have better luck with the Texans. But they got Quinshawn and Sampson to take his place. Is his name Dylan too? Dylan Sampson to take his place. And now Quinshawn is lost. We don't know how long Quinshawn is lost for. But he is lost for the foreseeable future, and he was not allowed to report to training camp. So whoever their quarterback is, he's going to be a running back short. So that running game, I don't know. They might have to change their plans. And one thing about Shedeur is he can adapt. He does that. He'll do that all game. Read the defense, read the circumstances, and adapt. He's a master of staying level-headed throughout the game and coming up with solutions for whatever's happening at the moment. As a person who's been watching Russell Wilson for the past 9 or 10 years, he's not good at that. When things go bad, Russ has a tendency to fall apart, depending on how bad they are. If it's not an insurmountable, he'll let it get insurmountable sometimes, and then he'll try to rally at the end, but that comes back to bite him constantly. I think it's a mental thing with him. Shedeur doesn't have that problem. Shedeur maintains his composure and comes up with solutions. He comes up with solutions for whatever's being presented at the time. So they wanted to do the running game, but now they don't have Quinshawn. Well, Shedeur going to take advantage of those wide receivers no matter who's out there. And he could certainly get Jerry Jeudy to a 2,000-yard season easily, since he's the only allegedly elite quarterback that they have. So we'll see. We'll see. Because anything we're doing right now is speculating. Everybody's speculating Flacco's going to start. Others speculating that Kenny Pickett's going to start. That's most of the speculation. They think the veterans are going to start just because they're veterans. As if rookies don't start all the time. As if Jaden Daniels didn't start day one. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. Hang in there with your quarterback. Give him a chance to grow. Let him play. You don't need to protect them from tough games. So that's where we are, guys. I just want to check in because training camp has started for Cleveland Browns. And I do believe also LeJohntay Wester on the Ravens. They've started, at least the rookies. I know LeJohntay's in training camp. But Jimmy Horn, he was hanging out this past weekend. That doesn't mean he's not in training camp now. Next time I come back, I'll have more, better details. I'm on my walk. I don't have notes in front of me. I didn't take notes. I just wanted to report on training camp. Oh, and if you want to check out Shedeur's vacation time in between mandatory minicamp and now, he's got an incredible video up that he posted last night on his Instagram. Go and check that out. Get you some motivation from that, some inspiration. And y'all have a good weekend. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.